Middle-earth Tales, Volume 3, Shadows of the Labyrinth.
In the dark heart of Mordor, high amidst the jagged peaks, Shelob spun her labyrinthine domain, a tapestry of silken traps, woven with patience and hunger. Her many-eyed gaze prowled over the rugged landscape, ever watchful for unwitting travelers who dared venture into her realm. On this night, a lone figure stumbled through the desolate paths leading to Shelob's lair. It was not the usual fare, a weary wanderer, cloaked in tattered garments, clutching a staff adorned with elven runes. Gandalf the Grey, now weathered and worn from his journeys, had sought a hidden pass through these treacherous mountains. As he neared the mouth of Shelob's cave, a voice echoed, a haunting melody that mimicked the soft laughter of Rivendell's streams. Gandalf paused, his senses alert to the ruse.
"Who speaks in this forsaken place?"
He called into the darkness. From the shadows emerged Shelob's eerie form, her eyes glinting with hunger and curiosity.
Come closer, traveler,
She cooed, in a voice like wind through dead leaves.
rest your weary bones within my sanctuary.
But Gandalf, wise to the wiles of creatures ancient and fell, did not heed her call. Instead, he raised his staff, illuminating the intricate traps that surrounded him. A webwork of perilous threads, glinting in the pale light. Shelob's fascination grew as she observed this unexpected dance.
A wizard!
She hissed, her beak dripping with anticipation.
A challenge, indeed.
With a flick of her monstrous limbs, Shelob summoned forth her tangled mazes, each pathway a puzzle to confound her would-be captive. But Gandalf, the master of lore and magic, countered her traps with cunning and guile, unraveling her designs as swiftly as she spun them. As the night wore on, and the labyrinth echoed with their silent duel, a grudging respect blossomed between predator and prey. Shelob, accustomed to the terror of her victims, found herself intrigued by Gandalf's unwavering resolve. In the final throes of their contest, Gandalf stood before Shelob, his staff alight with ancient power.
"Be gone, creature of shadow!"
He commanded, his voice of thunder clap against the mountain's silence. With a screech that reverberated through the stone, Shelob retreated into the depths of her lair, her hunger momentarily sated by the thrill of the chase. And as dawn kissed the eastern sky, Gandalf emerged from the shadows, his cloak billowing in the morning breeze. The labyrinth behind him lay silent, a testament to the enduring battle between light and darkness. In the aftermath of Gandalf's departure, the cavernous expanse of Shelob's lair seemed to exhale a sigh of subdued menace. The air hung heavy with the pungent aroma of decay, underscored by the faint whispers of trapped souls echoing through the labyrinth's winding passages. Shelob, the mistress of shadows, emerged from the depths of her domain, her monstrous form a grotesque tableau against the silken tapestries that adorned the chamber. Her outthrust head, adorned with clusters of multifaceted eyes, surveyed her realm with predatory vigilance. Horns jutted from her brow, framing a beak that dribbled with venom, an ominous reminder of her insatiable hunger. Her bloated body, red and blotched with livid marks, sprawled like a grotesque monument amidst the remnants of past feasts. The labyrinth itself seemed alive, its threads quivering with an otherworldly resonance as Shelob moved with calculated grace. Her bent legs, ending in knobby joints and wicked claws, traversed the silk-laden pathways with silent purpose. The walls of the lair bore witness to Shelob's macabre artistry, layers upon layers of gossamer webbing, catching the faint light that filtered through cracks in the mountain's facade. From above, the remnants of Shelob's feasts dangled like grisly ornaments, cocooned in silk and left to languish until hunger beckoned. The soft rustle of imprisoned prey provided a haunting backdrop to the stillness that pervaded the chamber. Amidst this eerie tableau, Shelob's mastery over mimicry was evident, a cacophony of voices echoing through the labyrinth, each a siren's call or a lament of despair. The creature reveled in her deceptive prowess, a predator ensnaring unsuspecting prey within her elaborate traps. As Shelob prowled her domain, the shadows seemed to deepen, a living shroud that cloaked her monstrous form in obsidian. Her many-windowed eyes gleamed with a malevolent intelligence, a testament to the ancient malice that coursed through her veins. In the heart of Mordor, where light dared not tread, and darkness reigned supreme, Shelob awaited her next unwitting victim, the sentinel of the shadows, eternally bound to her labyrinthine realm. In the shadowed recesses of Shelob's lair, where time whispered in the silence, and every thread of webbing seemed to pulse with latent hunger, the mistress of shadows lay in wait. Her many-windowed eyes glinted with predatory anticipation as she spun her intricate web of deceit. Far beyond the reach of sunlight, a lone traveler ventured into the desolate expanse of Mordor, a figure cloaked in tattered garments, bearing the unmistakable burden of an unassuming hobbit. This unsuspecting wanderer, oblivious to the perils that awaited, stumbled upon Shelob's domain. From the shadows, Shelob's whispers emerged, a haunting melody that echoed with false promise, mimicking the plaintive cries of a lost soul. She cooed, her voice a siren's call amidst the silence of the mountain. Drawn by the deceptive lure, the hobbit cautiously approached, eyes wide with trepidation.
Is someone there?
She called out, her voice trembling in the oppressive darkness. Shelob's reply was soft as silk, dripping with honeyed deceit.
Rest a bit here, my lovely one. Come into my reliquary, away from the perils that frequent these mountains.
With each step closer, the hobbit's heart quickened, a mixture of fear and desperate hope guiding her path. She entered the mouth of Shelob's cave, unaware of the labyrinth that awaited within. Inside, the air grew thick with the suffocating scent of decay, mingled with the faintest hint of treachery. Shadows clung to the walls like specters, concealing the horrors that lurked within the labyrinth. As the hobbit ventured deeper, Shelob's whispers grew more insistent, guiding her towards the heart of her trap. The walls closed in around her, the labyrinth unfolding like a twisted riddle spun from nightmare. At a crossroads within the maze, the hobbit paused, uncertainty etched upon her features. Shelob's voice, now a chorus of false comfort, urged her onward.
Rest a bit here, my lovely one. Come into my reliquary, away from the perils that frequent these mountains.
Driven by desperation, the hobbit followed Shelob's deceitful guidance, unwittingly choosing a path that led deeper into the labyrinth's embrace. Unbeknownst to her, Shelob's many-eyed gaze watched from the shadows. A predator, savoring the thrill of the hunt. The web tightened with each step, drawing the hobbit closer to her inevitable fate. In the heart of Mordor, where light dared not tread, and shadows held dominion, the intricate dance between predator and prey unfolded amidst the whispers of the labyrinth, and as the echoes of the hobbit's footfalls faded into the darkness, Shelob awaited with bated breath, a weaver of nightmares, ensconced within her web of shadows. Within the depths of Shelob's labyrinth, the air hung heavy with the anticipation of impending doom. The hobbit, ensnared within the silken embrace of the maze, ventured deeper into the heart of shadows, a dance of survival amid the twisted web of deceit. As she traversed the labyrinth's winding paths, the hobbit's senses strained against the oppressive darkness. Shadows danced like phantoms upon the walls, their whispers a haunting echo of Shelob's deceptive melodies. At every turn, the labyrinth revealed its treachery, trapdoors that threatened to ensnare the unwary, false pathways that led only to deeper entanglement. Yet the hobbit pressed onward, driven by desperation and a flicker of hope amidst the encroaching gloom. Shelob, perched within her lair, observed with rapt attention. A predator, tracking its quarry with unyielding patience. Her many-windowed eyes glinted with predatory glee as she followed the hobbit's progress through the labyrinth. Through sheer luck or instinct, the hobbit eluded the labyrinth's snares time and again. She dodged collapsing corridors and skirted past hidden pitfalls, her breath ragged with exertion and fear. But Shelob's maze was relentless, a testament to her cunning and malice. As the hobbit neared the heart of her domain, the labyrinth tightened around her like a noose. At last, within a chamber veiled in darkness, the hobbit faced a final choice, a forked path that promised freedom or entrapment. Shelob's whispers echoed in the silence, each word dripping with deceit.
Choose wisely, little one.
She cooed, her voice a serpentine melody.
Salvation lies just beyond.
With trembling hands and faltering resolve, the hobbit made her choice, a path that seemed to promise escape. But as she stepped forward, the ground gave way beneath her, a trap sprung by Shelob's design. In an instant, the hobbit was ensnared, cocooned within Shelob's silken threads, helpless against the inevitable. Shelob, sensing her victory, descended from the shadows with predatory grace. The hobbit struggled against her bonds, her cries lost amidst the labyrinth's chilling embrace. Shelob's venomous beak dripped with anticipation as she loomed over her captive, her many eyes gleaming with hunger. With a swift strike, Shelob injected her venom into the hobbit's veins, a paralyzing embrace that rendered her motionless, her fate sealed within the darkness. From her lair, Shelob watched with satisfaction as her prey succumbed, a feast of flesh and fear to sate her unquenchable hunger. The echoes of the labyrinth reverberated with the silence of the fallen. In the heart of Mordor, where shadows held dominion and darkness reigned supreme, the dance of predator and prey reached its chilling conclusion, and amidst the stillness that followed, Shelob retreated into the shadows, a weaver of nightmares, forever bound to her labyrinthine realm. Amidst the desolate expanse of Mordor, where shadows clung to the rugged terrain like a shroud, a lone figure emerged, a female elf, her silvered hair catching the faint light that dared to pierce the darkness. Her footsteps echoed softly against the stone, a testament to the grace that defined her kind. But within the heart of this forsaken land, Shelob's whispers beckoned, a haunting melody that echoed with the plaintive cry of a babe in distress. The elf paused, her senses keen to the deception that lurked within the shadows.
Who cries in this forsaken place?
She murmured, her voice a soft lilt amidst the oppressive silence. Within moments, the labyrinth's treachery revealed itself. The ground beneath the elf's feet gave way, a concealed trap, sprung by Shelob's cunning design. With a startled gasp, the elf plummeted into the darkness, ensnared by the predator's web. Above, Shelob's many-eyed gaze gleamed with predatory satisfaction. A weaver of nightmares, entwining her latest victim within the threads of her labyrinthine domain. In the heart of Mordor, where shadows held dominion and darkness reigned supreme, the dance of deception and despair continued, a testament to Shelob's unyielding hunger and the labyrinth's inexorable grip. And as the echoes of the elf's fall faded into the silence, Shelob retreated into the shadows, a mistress of shadows, forever bound to her realm of nightmares. In the depths of Shelob's lair, where darkness held sway and the echoes of lost souls reverberated through the labyrinth, the predator prowled with silent determination. Her many-windowed eyes gleamed with a predatory glint as she sought out fresh prey to satiate her unending hunger. From the shadows, Shelob sensed movement, a rustle of disturbed silk, a whisper of fear that permeated the stillness. Her senses honed with centuries of mastery, she slithered through the maze with calculated grace, her bloated form a grotesque silhouette against the silk-laden walls. In a hidden alcove, Shelob discovered her quarry, a hapless victim ensnared within the labyrinth's embrace, caught in the trap of their own making. The air was thick with the scent of fear, mingled with the faintest hint of defiance. With a deliberate strike, Shelob descended upon her prey, a cacophony of silk and shadows. Her venomous beak dripped with anticipation as she loomed over the immobilized victim, her presence a suffocating embrace. The victim, trapped within Shelob's silken threads, could only watch in silent horror as the predator drew near. The labyrinth's echoes whispered tales of despair, a haunting refrain that echoed through the chamber. With a swift motion, Shelob injected her paralyzing venom, a cruel embrace that rendered the victim motionless, their will subdued, beneath the weight of darkness. The venom coursed through their veins, a malevolent force that sealed their fate within the depths of Mordor. Above, Shelob's many-eyed gaze gleamed with predatory satisfaction, a feast of flesh and fear to sate her unquenchable hunger. The labyrinth's shadows whispered their approval, a chorus of malevolence that echoed through the darkness. In the heart of Mordor, where shadows held dominion and darkness reigned supreme, Shelob claimed her latest victim, a testament to her unyielding hunger and the labyrinth's inexorable grip. And as the echoes of despair faded into the silence, Shelob retreated into the shadows, a weaver of nightmares, forever bound to her realm of shadows and silk. Within the darkness of Shelob's lair, the air was thick with the stench of death, a palpable reminder of the predator's insatiable hunger. Amidst the shadows, Shelob feasted upon her latest victim, a grisly spectacle of voracious consumption and primal satisfaction. Her many-eyed gaze gleamed with rapturous delight as she tore into the cocooned form, her venomous beak rending flesh with savage fervor. Silk-laden strands clung to her bloated form, a macabre tableau of death and decay. The labyrinth's echoes bore witness to Shelob's feast, a symphony of crunching bones and glistening mandibles. The victim's final cries were swallowed by the darkness, a lament lost amidst the predator's triumphant exultation. But amidst the carnage, a memory lingered, a pivotal moment etched into the annals of Shelob's dark existence. Long ago, in a time before, two unsuspecting hobbits had ventured into her domain. Frodo Baggins and his steadfast companion, Samwise Gamgee. Armed with courage and unexpected cunning, they thwarted Shelob's predatory designs with a stroke of luck and divine intervention. As Shelob devoured her latest prey, the memory of that fateful encounter stirred within her monstrous mind. Frodo and Sam, resourceful beyond measure, had outwitted her with an unexpected weapon, a phial of light, blessed by ancient powers. The light had seared Shelob's many-eyed gaze, blinding her with unbearable brilliance. In her agonizing retreat, she had left behind a legacy of darkness, a hunger unfulfilled, a thirst for vengeance that lingered like a festering wound. From that day forth, Shelob roamed her labyrinthine realm with obscured vision, a predator bereft of sight, but driven by instinct and malice. The memory of Frodo and Sam's cunning persisted, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who dared to defy her dark dominion. In the heart of Mordor, where shadows held sway and darkness reigned supreme, Shelob's hunger remained insatiable, a predator bound by the legacy of her own demise. And as she devoured her latest victim with voracious appetite, the echoes of her past encounters whispered through the labyrinth, a chilling reminder of the hobbits who had dared to challenge the mistress of shadows. In the waning shadows of Mordor, a once fearsome predator faced the inexorable march of time. Shelob, the ancient mistress of shadows, languished within her labyrinthine lair, a monument to fading might and relentless hunger. Blindness had become her burden, a cruel fate inflicted by the indomitable spirit of two hobbits who had defied her dark dominion. With each passing day, Shelob's once keen senses dulled, her many-windowed eyes clouded with cataracts that mirrored the encroaching darkness. Her movements grew sluggish, her once fearsome form a mere shadow of its former glory. The labyrinth echoed with the haunting whispers of hunger unfulfilled, a relentless craving that mocked her diminished state. No longer could Shelob prowl the treacherous paths of Mordor in pursuit of prey. Her silk-laden snares lay dormant, a testament to the fading legacy of a once fearsome predator. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months, and months to years. Within the suffocating silence of her lair, Shelob's existence ebbed like a flickering flame upon the wind. And then, in the stillness of a twilight that mirrored her own twilight, Shelob drew her final breath, a rasping sigh that reverberated through the shadows. The echoes whispered their lament, a requiem for the mistress of shadows. In the heart of Mordor, where darkness held sway and shadows danced their final dance, Shelob succumbed to the relentless march of time. A bloated form lay still amidst the labyrinth's silk-laden embrace, a monument to fading might and relentless hunger. No mourners gathered, no eulogies spoken. Shelob's passing was marked only by the hollow silence of her lair, a mausoleum of shadows and silk. And as the shadows claimed her, Shelob became a memory, a legend entwined with the tapestry of Mordor's dark history. The labyrinth lay dormant, a testament to the predator that once ruled its depths. In the heart of Mordor, where shadows held dominion and darkness reigned supreme, Shelob's legacy faded into obscurity, a predator vanquished by time itself.